Tomas Soucek had a shocker against Aston Villa. I felt it was a little bit masked by all the stuff that happened with Scamacca, I think by Paqueta storming off, by Danny Ings not really being involved, by Kehrer being constantly out of position, by a Gerd's mistake for the goal. I think there were bigger stories than the Soucek one. So what we're going to play you today is a snippet from myself and Geo's player ratings video, which we do over on Patreon. We do it on every single game that West Ham play. We've got a little book. We rate each player out of 10, and then we speak about them. I knew going into this video that Tomas Soucek had played badly. I actually said it. I thought he should have been withdrawn at half-time alongside Thilo Kehrer. During the video, as you'll see here, I won't spoil it because you're going to go and watch it in a second. I asked Geo, I said, what was Soucek's stats? What he told me was truly shocking. Even it's not like I thought he'd played well and he told me some shocking stats. I thought Soucek had played poorly. Then they told me the stats that they were awful. I don't know, I'll be giving you much of a spoiler. I'll probably put it in the title. He made one successful pass every 10 minutes. I'm not going to preempt what we say and the wider meaning of it. Listen, have a listen now and see what you think. But it's not good. And Geo makes the point in the video. I think the very point is that Moyes was playing for the draw. There's no way if he'd have gone for the win that he would have retained somebody like that. Basically, Tomas Soucek only stays on the pitch because of his defensive qualities. And, that brings up another question. Should we really be playing for a draw in a game that I think was winnable? Maybe not going into it, but we were a better team in that game and we never really felt that we went for it. Anyway, this is what we got to say. This is from our Patreon site. For those of you who don't know, look, we do this video and we give you the little snippets in the hope that you'll go over and sign up for Patreon. We can only do videos on this channel, on the main channel, every day because it's our job. We can only do it as our job because of our kind patrons who basically support us, which is our third channel. Also, by you kind people suffering the adverts on this channel really helps as well. But what we do on our Patreon channel is it's our third site. We have player ratings, we have breakfast shows, we have opposition previews, we have a regular podcast, Anton Ferdinand, who basically is on the Hammers Chat team now, which perhaps sounds crazy, doesn't it? But there you go. He is. If we have a controversial incident, then we'll speak to a former Premier League referee. We have got analytics shows, Hammerlytics, one of the best shows we believe that's on our Patreon podcast. We've got two spammers. One, Hammer, is a really, really good, fun show. I'm interviewing later on today and another former West Ham player. We've spoken to Harry Redknapp. We've spoken to former West Ham scouts, former West Ham coaches, managers. Honestly, we like to think it's really, really good value. And by signing up, you support Hammers Chat and help us continue to do this from our job. Sorry, bit of a begging plea there, but we'd really appreciate it if you'd at least give it a chance. The link is in the description below. It's patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Some days there are up to 2 videos a day on there as well. We get discounts to our store. We give away loads and loads of good stuff on there: shirts, books, tickets, all sorts of stuff. Please go and check it out. Anyway, I'll let you carry on now. And this is what myself and Geo found ourselves saying about Tomas Soucek's performance.
Soucek, however, might as well have not been on the pitch, in all honesty. How he remained on the pitch is beyond me. I think he was crap. What he's usually good at, I thought he was pretty poor at yesterday. I'm going to give him a 4, and I think that's being generous, really. Ineffective, but again, remained on the pitch because the manager's got no bollocks. He should have been the substitute. He should have been the first one to come off that pitch. And when I saw Cornet coming on, I was sat next to Mrs. Geo and Bez, and I said to them, this is going to tell you a lot about David Moyes. I said, if he's coming on for Soucek and he's dropping Fornals into midfield, fair play, we're going for the win. So if he's coming on for anyone else, forget it, we're here for the point. And Ings and them, there you go. There's your answer. It was crap, Gonzo. It was absolutely rubbish yesterday. There was a stat going around about how many touches he had or how few touches he had. I can't remember it, but I'll tell you what, it wasn't bloody good. I might go look it up in a second. Not good enough whatsoever. Bonkers.
Yeah, go and look it up now. I said exactly what you said. I can't remember what video I said it in, but when the Cornet thing, I totally and utterly agree. I think it should have been Soucek as well. I actually thought, I think maybe I was discussing it with Tommy, I thought half-time substitutions were actually Soucek and Kehrer. Those were the two absolutely obvious ones. And And I was sort of looking at it, thinking, and he said to me, he said, "Would you help me out, mate? Would you do a little Tomas Soucek watch for me, right? And then, at some point, write up a little blog in the week for me." I said, "Okay, I'll have a little look." Half time, I messaged him and I said, "I can't. There's nothing to say." I said, I cannot believe it. I said, I don't know if anything's happening. Maybe because I make notes. Obviously, as you know, Geo, I was making notes for our video, and I was said to send to you. I don't know if every time I'm looking down to make notes for the Hammers Chat video, Soucek is doing something, because when I'm looking at the screen, he's not doing anything. He's not involved. And I said to him, I'll write you a different blog about something else. I can't do one about Soucek because there's nothing there. I feel like we're playing with 10 men. It feels like it was just one less guy in midfield there. It was amazing. And then the one time I did notice him, called Sod's Law, he passed it out for a throw-in. And I thought, oh, this is awful. So I'll give him a 4 out of 10 as well, because I did notice. Sorry, I'd have to say, at this point, I'm really looking at him. Trying to scrutinise the play. He did make a block. He did make a block, and I think it was quite a good one and quite an important one. But if this is what a terrible thing to say about your central midfielder, I didn't notice him. I didn't really notice that he passed the ball or touched the ball very much. But I looked, and after looking intently, I noticed a block. That's terrible. 4 out of 10. I can
on the app I like to use. There you go. You can see
pull it back a bit. Put it back. Okay.
Right, so there you go. Thomas Soucek had the least touches of any outfield player. Played 90 minutes, 21. Centre midfield, 21 touches, 9 passes in 90 minutes. So one pass.
So how many did Big McGinn? Let's do someone on the other team. I'll just pick him out because he's a midfielder.
Yeah, because he played 90 minutes.
Yes.
McGinn. So McGinn had 67 touches, so more than 3 times as much as Soucek. And he completed 43 passes, so more than 4 times the amount of Tomas Soucek. Douglas Luiz also played 90 minutes, had 67 passes and 89 touches. So, it's just ridiculous. Declan Rice had 63 touches and he completed 41 passes. So both of our midfielders are less than theirs.
Look at the screen.
Yeah, 1 pass every 10 minutes, yeah. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Paqueta had 54 touches, more than double the amount of Tomas Soucek, and he got taken off. It's bonkers. Again, I can only blame Soucek so much. This is on the manager. The manager left him on literally just to maybe do a clearance every now and again, because it's not for what we're doing in possession. Soucek is on the pitch because of what we're doing out of possession. We needed to win the game. He remained on the park because Moyes had no bollocks and had no intention of trying to win that match. He tried to win it, but not, almost out of luck to some extent. Almost like, I hope something lands for Canaan in the last 5 minutes and we can get something. He's hoping that we win with 3 attacking players on the park. It's not enough whatsoever. Soucek was crap yesterday, but that 1 pass every 10 minutes, though, I mean, it's just... If I was a midfielder and I wouldn't necessarily know I've done 9 passes, but I tell you what, I would be running around thinking I barely touched the ball today. I'd almost be bad. I think I'd feign an injury and go off and say after the game, say, okay, yeah, but I was just Gaffer. I wasn't involved whatsoever. I had to come off the park. I think I'd go off with an injured ego rather than a physical injury. 9 passes in 90 minutes. Come on. So in the first half, Soucek attempted 7 passes. Let me see if I can work out how many were successful. Not quickly. He attempted 7 passes in the first half. So therefore, in the second half, he attempted 7 further. He attempted 14 passes and 9 were completed. He attempted 7 passes per half. Areola attempted 9. Fucking hell! Our centre midfielder does less passes than a goalkeeper. He's in the most congested area of the pitch. Traditionally, off the top of my head, centre backs get the most passes. Understandably, fullbacks can be quite high. Defensive midfielders, which is what Soucek is used quite high, and strikers are obviously the lowest of the bunch. 9 passes in 90 minutes. He attempted 7 passes per half.
9 successful passes in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
it's fucking horrendous. Isn't it?
Yeah. And this is where I feel sorry for Joe and Paqueta had the hump because he got taken off. I don't blame him. He's probably looking at the manager going, mate, you've taken me off and left him on. I can't get on the ball because the guy next to me doesn't get involved in the flipping game. He's basically he's a mannequin.
Do you know what? I actually will. I don't like.
I'm not because it's on David Moyes. It's not on Tomas Soucek.
I generally don't, and I don't. Because my score's my score, and Luke scores his score. But I am gonna give him a 3 actually, rather than a 4. I'm gonna give him a 3. And I understand. Yes, it's more on David Moyes, but yeah, I mean it probably.
Yeah. I mean Soucek did play poorly, right? There's no doubt about that. But he's just doing what he's told, and the fact that he remained on for 90 minutes suggests he did exactly what he was told to do. And if he wasn't doing what he was told to do, then get him off the park.